everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Planet Coaster, but like hopefully a little better this time. Look at this, okay? It's not the best looking park I've ever done. Well, yes it is. It's not the best looking park I've ever seen, but as compared to the park that we had last time, this is so nice. It actually has like some staging elements. We got the whirly rig, which of course goes I will never change the song for this, by the way. We have Rob's Redemption. Actually, like, people are enjoying being on this roller coaster. They're not a big fan of the ridiculous queue time. I mean, it is an 18-minute queue right now. That's kind of ridiculous. I'm gonna raise the price on that a little bit right now because it's the only roller coaster in the park. So to be honest with you, we can probably get away with it. And unlike our last park, I'm not gonna immediately be like, let's stop taking on debt. Or like, let's pay off our debts. Because I think it's just kind of like, it's needless cost over and over and over to constantly have to, we might need another milkshake store. To constantly like pay them off and then get it back and then pay them off and then take out another loan we needed, etc., etc. Yeah, you know, we could probably throw down another Cosmic Cow milkshake. We made a decent amount of money this month. Let's look at staff. Are they all happy right now? We should like just start every video by looking at staff. This guy is not happy. We're gonna train him, and we're gonna throw him up to 150 bucks a month and see if he likes his life. These guys are all happy, but I want to keep these vendors happy. I think we really messed that up last time. So you know what? Vendors are gonna be happier. Mechanic, not happy. We're gonna train him again. We're gonna raise him up to 310 for now, and that's a little expensive. That's probably like our monthly profit there, but slow and steady wins the race, man. Slow and steady wins the race. Cosmic Cow Milkshakes 3 looks busy. I'll try someplace else. I want to duplicate this building and throw down another drink store like right at the exit of Roberto's ride. Because I think that you can probably have like a 2-to-1 drink to food establishment ratio. And, you know, that's going to cost us 400 bucks. But if it keeps people not being thirsty and thus their mood is better, and also it sells... Oh! My mistake. And also it sells milkshakes, then I'm stoked. We want to duplicate. There we go. Control D. So just get this set up. And again, I like that these drink shacks are themed as well. Get like a unifying thematic element to our park, which is nice. Anyway. Good. This is swell. Let's see how this Chief Beef and the Cosmic Cow Milkshakes did last month. 285 bucks last month. Stoked. I'm thirsty after Chief Beef, and it made $813. Gordon Ramsay's Steakhouse. Steakhouse? Why is it bad to be thirsty after Chief Beef? Just go across the street to the Cosmic Cow Milkshakes. This is, shakes. This is the Shake Weights. There you go. Shake Weights looks busy. I'll try somewhere else. Refreshing drinks. Shake Weights. And then, okay, so we got Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. Obviously, this one's a little messed up. It's hard to order through the Ivy, but we'll live with it. Cosmic Cow Milkshakes 5 is actually going to be called Emerald... Wait, no. Guy Fieri's Finnish Smokehouse. Why Finnish? Why not Finnish, man? Why not Finnish? And let's just duplicate this as well. We lost $55 this month, but considering all the construction that we did, that seems fair to me. And we need to throw down a bathroom next to this as well. It might not be strictly necessary immediately, but we'll need one at some point. Okay, now let's focus on park improvement yet again. I'm actually going to Alt-Tab for just a second here because I've got my recording window is obscured for me. There we go. I was just turning on my Planet Coaster hacks. Free bathroom access for everybody. We're not going to rename our bathrooms because that's ridiculous. Take a quick inventory. Rob's Redemption, still doing relatively well. Although it lost money? I've got to be honest with you, if Rob's Redemption loses money while operating at like full capacity for one entire month, Rob may have designed the worst roller coaster of all time. Sure, you know, it's got decent stats, but if it rides without breaking down and yet still will not turn a profit just through to the raw numbers of it, that's pretty horrible, dude. But I might be, you know, maybe it only ran for like half of last month, so I'm not going to be too judgmental with him to begin with. I still like the idea of us opening the park with a garden here. Now, obviously, it's I think we have to put our own paths in there. Obviously, it's like a little dangerous to start with because it doesn't make us any money. And I think it's actually too large for us to place. Like, we can place it, but it's gonna obscure, like, a lot of our rides. Yeah, we might have to say no for this for now. But you know what? We'll build our own garden. The problem is that if we build a garden, it's not gonna make us any darn money. And that's a bummer. But I guess, you know, blueprint gardens are fairly tough to place, which is sensible. So what's the next thing we're gonna make here? I think we should start to maybe get out from under our loans and then start to do some research. Marketing might not be the worst thing in the world as well, but certainly I want to start getting some research so we can get some other stuff done here. Our mechanic is still unhappy. Probably we do not need to get them at level 4 already, but I'm going to do so anyway just to do this. Still, if you're watching Frontier Development, also Frontier Psychiatrist, but Frontier Development, if you would be so kind as to introduce a button that allows you to train all staff, I would be the happiest man in the world. No urgency, really, but it would be nice. I would have a good time with it. Definitely continue to train. Maybe a small, well-trained staff is the way that things... $2,000 a month? Oh, whoa, $225. There we go. He was really happy for one pay cycle, but we put a cork in that before it got too bad. Okay, so we had our month finish. How much did Rob's coaster make? $54. Wow, dude. All right, so Rob's coaster, I hereby sign off and say that Rob's coaster is not worth running. Maybe we can start charging $10 and turning a significant profit on it, but I'm sorry, Rob. You need to make the station for this coaster longer. It's just right now it's a lost leader, but I don't need a lost leader. I need, like, you know, something that makes me money because I'm spending $3,000 a month in loan payments here. How are we losing so much money right now? Will people still line up for Rob's coaster? A lot of people are probably going to say I don't have enough money to go on Rob's coaster right now. But as long as we get some people coming in here, enough to keep... Like, honestly, the ride doesn't have that many people go on it, so I think that this is a smart decision, maybe, to make it cost a little bit more than I'm comfortable with. And people are still digging the teacups. Venetian Carousel is not beloved, but still has traffic. And the Whirly Rig, of course. It's really good value. Of course it's really good value. You're here at Northernlion's Funhouse. What more could you want? So I do think we probably need another coaster coming in soon. But let's see how people feel in general. Wow, 100% of people. This park is amazing. I don't want to leave. I'm not queuing that long to go on Rob's Redemption, but everybody else is stoked. Rob's Redemption is kind of climbing the charts here, but still. Maybe we should just charge $100 to go on Rob's Real Redemption, and then we only need like 10 people to ride it per month in order to turn a sick profit on it. So we're just going to wait for night to befall us here, because I really want to see if Rob's coaster at $10 is capable of turning like a $200 profit. Like right now, it's making less money than Gordon Ramsay's Steakhouse, which, I mean, the food's delicious, but the prices were a little up there. I can't deny it. 75% Q rating as well. Made $400 this month. Hell yeah. Man, I spent $400 on this just to be like Kanye. You ain't up on this. He doesn't say Kanye, but you get the idea. Okay, how's the Cosmic Cow Milkshakes doing? Guy Fieri's Finnish Smokehouse is surrounded by great scenery. Refreshing drinks at Guy Fieri's Finnish Smokehouse. To be honest with you, I thought that was a chief beef when I placed it because I'm an idiot. But it's not. Okay, I would like to make a garden. I know a roller coaster is important, but I would like to make a garden when you first enter the park. I think that that's important. So how am I going to stage this? Isn't there like a Planet Coaster? Yeah, like this guy right here. But I want the big version of it. Is this big? It's pretty big. Okay. So this is going to be like you enter the park. No matter what direction you enter from, this is going to be like your centerpiece here. With the trash can right in front of it. Let's just delete that one for now. And you're going to have a garden that like goes around him. So we'll start with the paths there. And I think it's fair to just make it continually cobblestone. And we'll make these paths slightly less wide. Just because. No angle snap, please. can live with this. So we're going to surround the Planet Coaster statue to begin with. Just so that you have easy access, you know, from one side of the park to the other. There you go. It's asymmetrical. And in fact, it's so asymmetrical, I cannot stand it, but... There you go. That's a little bit more reasonable. Let's get this garden going here. So, start branching off. And it doesn't have to be so large that it takes up, like, a ridiculous amount of space. I just want it to be a nice little area where people go to it, and they say, wow, that's got great scenery. And it needs to be about half the size of the one that Nick made. I'm not throwing shade at Nick. His garden looked gorgeous to me. But at the same time, if we're going to get, like, a better eye for design, let's start right now. Let's design our own. Still struggling a little bit with hideous pathing, but could be worse. So maybe we can even get, like, some slightly less wide paths and have them be, like, a little bit different. I don't know. Glossy vinyl path. There we go. Flagstone path. And we'll just have, like, an internal path that, you know, connects out here. First off, this means that I have to bring less foliage into the park. Secondly, better traffic. Thirdly, it logically divides our garden into some sections. Which is important for, you know, spacing, breaking things up, etc., etc. So we got like that. And then, we're gonna have like another one come across like that. There you go. So it looks hideous right now, I'll admit. But let's find some sweet ass, like, are there flowers? I know there's like flower cart, but, you know, there's bushes. We'll have like a bush section of the park. And then we'll have like a Clinton section of the park as well. Just to be non-partisan. So you start. Welcome to the red bush section. Ah, yes, the Washington red bush. The most glorious of all the bush types here. And we'll try, maybe you go through the red bush, then you got a little yellow floral bush afterwards. She said, "Como esta?" She said, "Konnichiwa." No matter which color the bush. No, this is going to be a floral arrangement. And even if it looks hideous, let's be honest, these AI aren't going to know. Beautiful. It's so majestic, like, I don't even know what to say. And then what do we have over here? Chrysote bushes to make it look like extremely desert-esque. Well, we'll just throw, like, these things kind of at the corners as if it's like a bingo card or something. We'll throw some of these down the interior. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And I gotta be honest, like, for me to be making a garden doesn't really make any sense. Because I've been to gardens before in my life. I don't really understand them, to be honest with you. I go, you look at some pretty flowers, but apart from that, I'm like, I don't get it. And sure, the flowers, they're nice. But it's never really been like my my cup of tea, if you know what I mean. So what is this last, like, awkward section of the... I'm just doing this for the money. All the money's in gardens these days. Everybody knows that. What's the last section of the park here? I actually think we'll go, like, straight across. And we'll have, like, a little flower section. Well, obviously, this is asymmetrical now, so we need to... By the way, this is what you tune in for, right? Northernlion makes floral arrangements live on stream. But it should actually be Northernlion plays with his bush live on stream. And by stream, I mean video. Sure, it's looking a little scattered there. And this is what I'm going to do in my old age, man. What do you mean, when you're in your old age? Okay, so this is just majestic. I want to have, like, okay, like a little breakdown. What plants have we not used? We haven't used much of the purple, much of the white. We certainly haven't used like any of the green bushes. Or the huge green bushes. Yeah, like these ones. Excuse me? Like, it won't let me select this one. It's too large. Forest bush? Green bush larger. They're not as large as I thought. Whoa. Okay, we'll just tell you what. Nice little lineup of these. Obviously, we're going to deck the whole thing out with trees, but I want to throw some benches in here as well, was like the last thing that I was going to say. I'm going to be straight with you. It looks good from afar, but it's a far from good. But that's okay. And what kind of trees do I like of what we've got so far? I really like these ones, blue fir trees. Okay, so we're going to just get blue fir and start smacking these bad boys down here. Really, I'm just going to surround like the whole garden in these. Because I want it, again, to look kind of like insular. Like if you're in this garden, I want it to be a zen place that you can go that's free from the other, you know, profit-driven areas of this park. This is just going to be a nice place to go to spend some time. Is this going to draw anybody into our park? I honestly have no idea. But we could throw, like, you know, information booths or bathrooms or something in here, and you could just chill out. You know, there's less of a theme park in this section and more of just like a park. This is like the area the government forces you to build before you dump toxic waste into the river. It's like, okay, I get it. You're going to dump the toxic waste. We have to let you because you bring in a lot of tax dollars. But, you know, in exchange, you have to build a nature-focused area of your theme park. Okay, fine. But damn, all this red tape trying to hold exceptional individuals like myself down. Throw down some Western fine benches. And I don't want it to, like, be inside of the trees, but I also don't want it to be on the path so much that it blocks traffic. Not that I expect this to necessarily be an absurdly popular area of the park, but I think we're kind of doing it right here, like straddling the line. Love isn't always on time. And just get it decked out here. Spending a lot more time in the early game paused here. You know why? Because I think part of our problem was that last time, not to say that I was a genius at the game at all, but we expanded too quickly. So taking our time here, spending a lot more time paused to help build a park that's just nicer, I think it's going to be a net gain for us. Both in the fun department and in my park does not look like garbage. There's the prized seat right there. Now, unfortunately, because mankind is a cruel beast, we are going to need trash cans here. And you know what? Recycling bins. There you go. That's beautiful. But better that than, like, in the trash. So, or, like, better to have recycling bins than to just have trash on the path, is what I'm getting at. It's not, there we go. Dump them around here. Again, I don't think that I think thinking a trash can takes away from the decor of an area is what leads to you having trash on your paths. So we'll throw them, like, just off the beaten path here. Nobody wants to sit next to a trash can, but sometimes, you know, this park cost me upwards of $500. So if you could please just throw your trash in the trash, that would be lovely. Okay, so we built a nice little dope-ass garden there. Is anybody ever going to visit it right now? I didn't build it with the expectation that people would. At least not right now. I built it with the expectation that perhaps we add some stuff here in the future, but for now, this is just something where when you come in, well, you know what? Let's find somebody who's entering. When you come in, you look through their eyes, and they go, damn, dude. First off, I'm going to throw up. But damn, dude, that garden at the start is beautiful, maybe. Everyone's heading to Rob's Real Redemption. Forgot that no time has passed here. We need to kind of, like, let some money come up here, but to be honest with you, this is a good start. Another thing that I made a mistake with last time was worrying way too much about park expansion. Like, I was far too concerned about, oh, where am I going to build my paths to? Like, we can always do that in the future. Plus, let's not forget that I just did not design a good park last time to begin with. Instead of having like big nodes or spokes that have rides at the end of them, I'm gonna try to build in more circular kind of like atrial setups here. Dude, people are loving Rob's Redemption. Guessing Madrina's Wild Ride is a great value. Honestly, you might as well just say this ride's too cheap, up your prices. I will do so, because we are, I mean, we're not necessarily tight for money, but we're not making a lot of it. We're not making enough that I want to do marketing or research right now. What's my next play? I think we need something like a really big ticket item. So if we could build, people are still loving the park. Look at that park happiness. That's lovely. How's staff? Good, 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 good. Beautiful. Probably paying people too much, but life goes on. What can I say? I'm a good boss. I want to look at coasters and then see. We're missing. I want to make Michael A.L. Fox's roller coaster as well. Loopy Momo, admittedly, we should probably build, but it's a little expensive. Actually, the real Sleeping Giant is going to be more expensive than that. Maybe we should just throw down some more kid-friendly rides to start with here. We still made $1,000 that month, and Rob's Redemption made $190 of that, so that's good, I guess. But we need some more stuff for people to spend money on. Oh, the rides have started breaking down. So a big thing that people said we should focus on this time is making sure that we refurbish rides. As expensive as it may be, I accept that refurbishing rides is probably a smart idea. So I'm gonna come over to a little bit of the more extreme area of the park. It's not really extreme, but you know, it's sort of the more teen-friendly area because there's a single roller coaster over here, and we'll throw down another ride. I think we should throw down, you know, maybe Lara Croft's Tomb Raider. For some reason, this ride has always made, you know, fat stacks. It has never deserved to, but for some reason, it often has. And this might be the first ride we have to place. I mean, that's a horrible location. This might be the first ride we have to place on the outside, which is really unfortunate because it means we can't abuse the queues from other rides that we've had down earlier. But so be it. You know, if it has to happen, it has to happen. For being honest, there's not a whole lot of stuff over here. So we can actually probably get away with, or like, there's not much space over here because we're right next to the wall. So we can probably put it down over here and be fine with it. But I don't want to compromise on my values. I want this ride to have theming, is what I'm trying to say. Otherwise, it becomes less special when you just throw the ride down and you don't even care about the way that the queue looks. And you're like, oh, what ride was that? Of course, blah, 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 right? It just, the park lost a lot of its character, I felt, as we descended into actual madness. I've got to be honest. I was a little hesitant to do a restart because I was like, you know, I think the park is at least in a ridiculous area or era of its life, and it definitely was. But it's been refreshing for me to refresh the park. Like, it is actually, I think, rejuvenated a lot of the minor complaints that I had been starting to harbor about Planet Coaster, namely like traffic AI. So you got a nice little spaghetti queue there. Get your cobblestone out. And I know that we're building like narrower paths right now, but we'll get that sorted. Like, we're only running narrow paths right now because these are exits. We built a major thoroughfare to begin with, so we don't need to build another one right off the bat. Okay, so what is this area of the park? This is definitely getting more sci-fi. So, you know, this ride is like the future or some Flight of the Bumblebees, but the Bumblebees are also like space nanobites or something like that. So, I don't think we need to bust out the Kraken for this. That's like a little high concept. An orbital cannon is pretty dope. How much is this? $300? That's not that bad. Does it really have to fire that much? Like, it looks positively phallic. But that's okay. $300. Q rating is 14%. I understand where you're coming from there. There's not really such a thing as sci-fi trees. So, what does this radioactive tank look like? Ooh, that's pretty cool. Can have this over here. Can have some spaceship parts, but I don't really want to build my own spaceship. Treasure chests don't really work. And this is where I have to fight the urge to just make everything... I mean, by the way, you can just be open right now if you want to be. But we're going to call this Nathan Drake's Uncharted. Flip the whole system on its lid. What do we charge for this? $9? That seems fair to me. What are the sci-fi elements that we could add? Can you just type sci into the box and maybe pick up anything that's sci-fi related? No, you can get sci-fi explosions, but that's it. We can make like, you know, oh, it's the mystery of the exploding trash can. I'm actually skeptical to have so many particle effects available on the screen because I think it is going to create slowdown. We're doing really well in terms of our park here, though. Oh, we gotta claim our rewards. Thanks to Rob's redemption, we actually probably could have built some roller coasters there. And we should. We really should throw down another roller coaster because they are seriously, like, they bring in so much profit. Except for Rob's redemption, which is apparently trash. But, you know, no offense meant. I need to come up with a better series of sci-fi elements here. Like, this is one I use all the time, the airlock archway. But it doesn't really function anywhere here. Like, I can throw an airlock down here that's like, hey, you're leaving the sci-fi area and re-entering the normal section of the park. But that doesn't actually affect our Q rating. And truth be told, we probably don't need to improve our Q rating right now because it's pretty good. But I'd like to improve it for the future. You know, we can put some large cones in here. This is like, these are the trees of the future, right? Synthetic cones? I don't know, dude. Fueling station. Yeah, that's the ticket. Just throw down like a bunch of disparate, vaguely scientific-related functions here. Like a helmet rack. No, this one's from medieval times. Like a train. No. Ooh, there you go. Freak. What? How expensive is this Kraken tentacle? The Kraken stuff is not sci-fi, by the way, you silly man. That's the pirate theme, probably. I mean, again, we can make our own statue. Oh, there. Okay, throw down a radar dish, obviously. And throw down a bunch of prolate spheroids. There you go. It's like a rival all over again here. This is hideous. What is this ride called? Space Eggs. Get it? Because it's like SpaceX, but it's space eggs. You can probably change the color of those, is my guess. Well, is the Q rating good? It's 57. Get out of here. I don't like these. My park was looking good until I put down a ride that I thought was sci-fi. And now as a result, we got... You know, I don't even like these freaking explosions, man. They're giving me like an epileptic fit here or something. There we go. Robot arm. Hell yeah, throw a robot arm in here. The robot arm should be peeking out of the trash can, though. Little spaceship cockpit. We could do some terraforming to make that, like, truly pop, but... Let's be real. We're not going to do that for now. Toggle advanced mouse rotate. What? Use the in-game buttons. Okay, no, it's not rotate. There we go. Try something like that. Then take the red axis. There we go, because I want it to be like... I want it to be like it's crashed. I don't want it to just look like it's in the ground. I just want it to look like it's... There was a terrible accident here. Okay, that's our timer, but I'm not quite ready to go here. I think that's fine, but we'll probably maybe lower it a little bit. Tomo, you don't need to wake up. That's my alarm, not yours. Yeah, go back to normal here. And then sink it deep within the earth. Check this out. This is the birth of New Northernlion. Because now we're going to go to terrain. And we're gonna push some terrain down. It doesn't have to be that large, though. We're gonna push this terrain down. So it's like the spaceship is like half buried in the earth. Probably the cockpit would be facing the other direction, but you get the idea here. And then we're gonna go smoke. And we want like large smoke effects here. Yeah. And then sink them deep within the Earth's core. Dude, look at that! We made a smoldering spaceship, man! Although, technically, I think this... You know what? It's within the Earth. And it will remain there forever. No. It should probably be, like, within... Yeah, like the ship itself. Dude, that's sick. Okay. 62. I can live with that for now. But I ain't waiting that long to go on Nathan Drake's Uncharted. Sweet. We're making actually really good money. Like, more money than we were making at times on our much larger park. This is only episode 2, though. The world is our oyster. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.